I'm Katie Myers, CEO of Pure Communication.
And I'm Grace Child, Communication Manager.
And we keep your customers from cheating on you with the competition. Yes.
We're a client retention and follow-up company.
AllProWebTools helps us in our business in a couple of different ways. From an employer perspective, it helps to manage all of my day-to-day business operations. So coming from a service-based business perspective, AllProWebTools does everything and more than I could have thought of operationally. We manage that not only through the contact management system, but the task management system, being able to see a list of all of our vendors and have notes about those vendors, being able to invoice our customers through one platform. And it's so easy to train our vendors, so the bookkeeper that we use, the different people, for them to just be able to have access and see and make notes on the work that they're doing as well. From a service-based perspective, I absolutely cannot believe that we were in business without it.
And it's so easy to use. It's super user-friendly we freaked out. When we heard about it, really,
sounded too good to be true.
But we'll figure out if we can use it. We're just like, yeah, we can use it.
And now
it's Word and Facebook
and
it's super user friendly.
We just can't believe that people are running their businesses without it. Before AllProWebTools, I was opening up, 7 or 8 different browsers or systems, and when they came into my life, I'm down to 1. I can do all of my contact management, our sales process, our invoicing, employee management.
There was just a lot of platforms that we were working off of, and it got confusing for an employee from an employee standpoint, especially I'm going to say the time card thing.
Right.
The time card in general for me is beautiful because I can see specifically how much money I'm going to be making and how much time I'm actually spending on projects, and I can help manage my own self.
And it allows for me to go in and see exactly what she has been working on, and then how much it correlates to how much we're charging that particular client to do that work, to see if it actually makes sense for Grace or whatever employee to be spending that amount of time doing that work. It has simplified all of our processes, all of our systems, and for the work that we do, we then implement that same program, that same software, to be able to use it for our own clients. So it has changed our entire business model as well, having one platform and one software to work out of.
Pulling up AllProWebTools on our phone is amazing because we'll ask a client, when's the last time that you reached out to that client? Boom, done, right there. Super easy. We don't have to find some Dropbox somewhere that may or may not pull up.
Right. Speaking from experience.
Speaking from a lot of experience. So the tasking system is great. So on first, Dave was showing us the tasking, and I was like,
we're never, Katie's going to be tasking me all the time, which I do, but now she loves it.
But and it gets sent to my email, so I just, when she gets on her roll, she just but it's great, honestly, so I know exactly what I'm doing when I go into the office. It's not just a guessing game as to what I should be doing.
Or writing it down on a Post-it note and then losing said Post-it note. And it's so nice to be if we're out at a networking event and we have, something that, we have to remember to introduce so-and-so. We can quickly pull that up, remind us of a task each other and say, make sure when you enter in these business cards that you say this about said person. So not only can you use it on the go, but we use it internally for our to-do list, but also kind of our project manager as well.
Every time that I'm looking up a client or going to a client meeting, a one-to-one meeting, and I need to look up their information, it's super easy as I'm on the go to just hit the search button. It's like my own little Google to find them.
It's really nice because sometimes you'll forget, that you met the person, you kind of have an idea what their business is, but you forgot to look up their website. And so while you're sitting in the car, you have 5 minutes before you go and meet them, pull up their contacts on the mobile-friendly version, and it works just as well as if you were sitting on your desktop.
Right. So the workflow timeline, specifically for what we do, and I'm sure Katie will say generally, but for specifically what we do when we're making phone calls to our clients, we want to know what the last conversation was so we can see what that is. As far as a business standpoint, we can see what each other are doing with each client.
Make sure that she's actually doing her job. No, it's really great because I can search it from a certain custom range or just see what it's like for the day. When I was out of town and Grace was completely running the ship, it's really nice for me to go in and I can just log on and I don't have to say, hey, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing? You know from anywhere exactly what is happening in your business, and it functions with...
Katie could actually have a vacation. She told me this.
It was pretty...
the first vacation.
It was. I cried a little bit because I was like, oh my gosh, I could actually see that things are happening and that are going on.
She can relax.
And because it's one system that also has all of our passwords in it through the password keeper, she can literally just run it. She has all of the operational functionality instead of having to call me and say, hey, where's this? Where's that? What are we supposed to do? Because she has her task list. Mm-hmm. How is it for you to, instead of me being like, hey, Grace, what'd you do today? What'd you do yesterday? How does the workflow timeline allow you to have some freedom from the boss being like, what are you doing now? What do you do now? Have you done it yet?
If Katie ever did do that, I wouldn't be here.
Right, but there's a lot of bosses that do.
So how does the workflow timeline keep Katie from bugging me all the time with her needs? Basically, the tasking, honestly, the tasking system, that's what keeps her from bugging me and probably keeping her from feeling like she's bugging me too. Right. I just have a list of things that I need to get done that day. She knows that it's getting done. I don't, just, right. Hey, look at what I did today. Mm-hmm. It's all there, just right. Verbatim. There's no questions asked whether I got it done or not, because I know she'll know if I got it done or not.
Exactly. So not only is it showing the task, but then it's showing the individual companies that she's in and working on and projects and when she's clocking in and when she's clocking out, so that, again, I'm not having to ask the question.
Yeah.
And
honestly, it's giving me the freedom to kind of run my own little business inside the business to make sure that I have everything done. It's not necessarily Katie bugging me. It's me bugging me because I need to get everything done. Right.
So when it's time to hire our next slew of staff, it will be so much easier to hire on said people because we have a step-by-step process and system all through one platform, one application that can teach them the entire process of our business.
Yes. I can't wait to task them. I get to task Katie to do things, but then
I'm the taskmaster, though. I get to do a lot more tasking.
I'm the
my task list is also the biggest.
Yes.
Funny how that works.